Once upon a time in a small town, there lived a woman named Joy. Joy was married to a man named Richard. They had been together for many years, and at first, their life was full of love and happiness. Richard worked hard as a teacher, and Joy stayed at home to take care of their 2 children. They had a cozy house and were known as a happy family in their neighborhood. As the years passed, Richard became very busy with work. He spent long hours at school and often brought work home. Joy felt lonely during the evenings when Richard was too tired to talk or play with the kids. She tried to keep things lively at home, but sometimes the silence felt heavy. One day, Joy met a man named Sam at the local grocery store. Sam was friendly and charming. He had just moved to the town and was new to the area. Joy found herself looking forward to their brief chats in the grocery aisle. They would talk about everyday things like recipes, kids, and the weather. Their conversations brought a smile to Joy's face, something she realized she missed. As weeks went by, Joy and Sam became friends. They would bump into each other often, and Sam made Joy laugh. He listened to her and made her feel special. Joy began to enjoy her life a little more, even though she knew that her friendship with Sam was crossing a line. One afternoon, Joy was at the park with her children when she saw Sam jogging. He waved at her, and she waved back. After a moment, she called out, "Hey, Sam. Want to join us?" Sam stopped running and came over. They chatted easily, and soon the kids were playing nearby, laughing and running around. Joy and Sam spent more time together over the next few weeks. They shared coffee at the local cafe while their kids played. Joy felt alive again, and for the first time in years, she was happy. But deep down, she knew that she was betraying Richard. One evening, Richard came home early. He was surprised to see Joy looking cheerful. "You seem happy today," he said, his eyes narrowing a bit. Joy smiled. "Just had a good day, that's all." Richard nodded but didn't say much more. He was tired from work, and Joy didn't want to worry him with her new friendship. As Joy continued to meet Sam, she felt increasingly guilty. She loved Richard, but she also enjoyed Sam's company. One evening, Joy and Sam accidentally found themselves alone after a walk. The tension was thick in the air, and they both felt it. Sam leaned closer and whispered, "I really like spending time with you, Joy." Joy's heart raced, but she pulled away. "We shouldn't," she said, her voice shaky. "I'm married." Sam looked disappointed but respected her words. They agreed to keep their friendship platonic, but it was hard. The chemistry between them was undeniable, and Joy often thought about their moments together. As weeks turned into months, Joy struggled with her feelings. Richard noticed her mood changes, but Joy brushed them off. He tried to make time for her, planning dinners and family outings. But Joy felt torn between her love for Richard and her growing feelings for Sam. One rainy afternoon, Joy received a message from Sam asking if they could talk. She hesitated but eventually agreed. They met in a quiet cafe, and Joy's heart raced as she sat across from him. "What's on your mind?" she asked, trying to sound casual. "I can't pretend anymore, Joy," Sam said, his voice serious. "I really like you. I want to be more than friends." Joy's heart sank. She felt flattered but knew it was wrong. "Sam, I can't. I love my husband," she replied, tears welling in her eyes. Sam nodded, looking pained. "I understand. But it's hard for me to be just friends when I feel this way." They sat in silence for a moment, the weight of their emotions hanging in the air. Joy felt torn apart, knowing she had to make a decision. After their meeting, Joy went home feeling lost. Richard was waiting for her with dinner on the table. He smiled and asked about her day. Joy forced a smile, but her heart felt heavy. She knew she needed to talk to Richard about everything. That night, Joy and Richard sat on the couch after the kids were asleep. Richard turned to her, concern in his eyes. "Joy, is everything okay? You seem distant." Joy took a deep breath, her heart pounding. "I need to tell you something important," she said, her voice shaking. Richard listened carefully as Joy explained her feelings, trying to find the right words. "I've been spending time with someone else, and I feel confused," she confessed, tears streaming down her face. Richard's expression changed from concern to hurt. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" he asked quietly. "I was scared," Joy admitted. "I didn't want to hurt you. I love you, Richard, but I've been feeling lonely." Richard looked down, his heart breaking. I wish you would have talked to me. I've been so busy with work that I didn't realize you were feeling this way. Joy reached out to him, but he pulled away, needing space. I need time to process this, he said, his voice heavy with emotion. Joy understood but felt a deep ache in her heart. They went to bed without saying much more, both lost in their thoughts. The next few days were tense. Richard was quieter, and Joy felt guilty for hurting him. She decided to distance herself from Sam, thinking it was the right thing to do. But the ache in her heart remained. She missed the laughter and joy she had found in their friendship. One afternoon, Joy decided to visit Sam to explain her decision. She found him at the park, sitting on a bench. He looked up and smiled, but the smile faded when he saw her expression. "What's wrong?" he asked. "I can't do this anymore, Sam," Joy said, her voice trembling. "I love my husband, and I need to focus on my family." Sam looked hurt but nodded in understanding. "I respect your choice, Joy. I just wanted you to know how I feel." They talked for a while, reminiscing about their friendship, but Joy knew it was time to say goodbye. As she walked away, her heart felt heavy, but she also felt a sense of relief. She had made the right choice for her family. Back at home, Joy and Richard slowly began to talk again. They discussed their feelings, fears, and hopes for the future. Richard admitted he had been too focused on work and promised to make more time for Joy and the kids. Joy felt a glimmer of hope as they began to reconnect. Over the next few weeks, Joy and Richard worked hard to rebuild their relationship. They went on family outings, enjoyed dinners together, and spent more time talking. Joy realized how much she missed Richard and how important their family was to her. One evening, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset, Richard took Joy's hand. "I'm sorry for being distant," he said softly. "I love you, and I want us to be happy again." Joy smiled through her tears, feeling grateful for his words. "I love you too, Richard. I'm sorry for my mistakes. Let's work together to make our family strong." From that day on, Joy and Richard made a promise to communicate openly and always make time for each other. They learned from their struggles and grew stronger as a couple. Joy realized that while she had briefly lost her way, she had found her path back to love and family. And so, Joy and Richard continued their journey together, hand in hand, embracing the ups and downs of life, knowing that their love was worth fighting for. They became a team again, and Joy felt grateful for the lessons they had learned. Love, after all, is not just a feeling, it is a choice. Made every single day.